Peace. Just want to come back with another video real quick. Um, yeah, man, going to this, it's real quick. Going into, like I touched on before, like the most popular sayings, in the world that people say on the regular, all comes from the scriptures, man. And I was actually talking about this with somebody, uh, with this few months ago, a few months ago, or like a week ago, not a week ago, or a while back at work, and most of it, and I lived some of this. I'm sure y'all that's watching live this, man. You know the saying that goes, you don't know somebody till you live with them, man. That's very true. And what was I gonna say? And yeah, I was reading Proverbs 27 earlier. Um, my bad, I lost my train of thought. I was reading Proverbs 27 earlier, and I want to get that real quick. But yeah, man, and it was basically I was reading. Let me get it. Proverbs 27. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but kind of, you know. But yeah, most of y'all know that lived it because you don't know somebody until you live with them, man. So that's a popular saying, and that's a true statement. That's a true, and that happens all the time. We see it happen all the time, man. So I was going with Proverbs 27 now, and I saw. Let me read verse 10 in the Proverbs 27 verse 10, and it reads, thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of calamity. For better is a neighbor that is near than a brother that is far off. So yeah, man, that's kind of neighbor that's going into that's kind of going to something else as you read it a little bit, as I read a little bit now. But if you actually like read it too, it says a neighbor's house, but because it says thine own friend, and thy father's friend forsake not. That's kind of going to, proverbially speaking, for example, is kind of going to like David and Solomon, because Solomon told David, like, listen, man, certain kings from other nations or certain people that he had a good rapport with, he would tell David, stay, do right by these people. Tell Solomon do right by these people because because I had a good rapport with them. So that's what that's going to as well. But this is also teaching the same. This also a point that not to go digress too much, but this also shows that the Bible, in the Apocrypha, even it teaches the same thing because there's a lot of Apocrypha distractors. So let me get that real quick, because I don't want to get all over the place. But let's see. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter. Ecclesiasticus also on the side right, chapter 9, verse 10. It says, "Forsake not an old friend, for the new is not comparable to him, and the new friend is as new wine. When it is old, thou shalt drink it with pleasure." So yeah, man. So forsake not an old friend. I was talking about this. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place. My bad, but this is kind of another topic. But maybe I might touch on it one day, Lord's will. But like say when we come in this knowledge, if had a good rapport with somebody, basically, man, don't forsake them. That's not wise to do. Don't treat them bad. Don't treat them weird. If you was hanging around like people that's just playing bad for you, like playing wicked and bad for you, and they always doing a lot of like really sinful shit together, like just up like out there sinful shit, like just like they're in the streets, y'all using drugs and doing all this. Don't hang around them too much. But like say if it's an old friend, that you even teaching out to teaching them the scriptures in our history, teaching them this, the Most High might wake them up. The Most High, just like First Peter 3 says about wives, and how when the husband is like going crazy or just snapping out in the meekness and the quiet and the shamefacedness of the wife is so in conduct, she's still not maintaining in her role, that the husband might look at himself like, okay, damn, I'm kind of wild right now because my wife, she's still in order, she's still still in subjection, still quiet, still not not going out her role. I'm snapping out right now. I'm just bugging out right now. So maybe I'm just calming down, just like it says in that for about First Peter 3. Now how she, I'm paraphrasing, how the wife's conduct can could calm her husband down, and he can get back on his back in his right state of mind. Because we, brothers, I'm not married, no, not that, but brothers, just regular brothers, we all have our moments when we like lash out and just because we in the flesh, you just in the human experience, we all lash out, we're just going this and that, but um. Not to digress too much, but my point is, like, just like that, like it says in First Peter 3, uh, like the conduct of the wife, your conduct, might bring him into knowledge. Like, the Most High might wake him up. He might just see how you moving different, and like, seeing that you actually, studying the scriptures, and you moving different, not and you making like you're growing in wisdom, not doing the you're trying to kill off the old man and be a new person, and and the Most High might wake your friend up, just from how your conduct, basically how you act, basically, how you actually keeping the law, statutes, commandments to your best ability, and your friend might say, "Oh snap, he actually like serious about this. He's actually changing. He's still like at the core, he's still the same." He's still the same person, at that, but he's actually moving different. And the Most High might wake that person up, basically. They might wake, that friend up. So, I said it to say, man. So yeah, I'm going to my bad, man. I know I'm bouncing all over the place, but yeah, forsake not an old friend, man. Because a lot of times when at first, when I came into knowledge as well, you know, and other brothers, it's like, okay, we cutting everybody off, everybody's evil, everybody's wicked and whatnot. But it's like, no, man, we still, we still got a lot. I still got a lot to learn, and still got a lot to work on as well, man. So I'm kind of, in a way, the Most High has woken me up, and I'm no different than I'm no different from everybody else at the end of the day, to be honest, man. So I say that to say that, and that's what the same thing that Proverbs 27 is teaching, man. So I want to get back on that though, man, because yeah, man, because that's really, I know it went into another topic, but that's kind of that's another topic, forsaking our old friend. But there's a balance to that though. While I'm on this, I know, my bad, I'm kind of harping on this, but while I'm on this though, it's still a balance to them, because you don't want to be around them all the time, man. But it's still, people, I still got a good rapport with, man. So it's still like, you don't want to I suggest y'all watch, a class, by Sons of Thunder. It's called "Why You Being Weird to Me," man. It's other brothers that, and Watchmen for Israel, brother. I think the brother Amo did a video on that, too, man. So it's called. He named after scripture, forsake not old friend, man. That was good. Those were good classes going into that topic, basically, man. So very, 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 very true, man. Don't forsake old friends, man. That's not really wise to do, especially if they're with you during certain times in life, and y'all already proving each other, man. So it's like not wise to forsake them. All right, yeah, that's it on that, because I know I'm my bad, man. I'm kind of bouncing around too much, kind of bouncing around different points and too much digression, too much. But I'll read it again. It says Proverbs 27:10. It says, "Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not, neither go into thy brother's house in the day of calamity." So thine own friend and thy father's friends forsake not old friend. Like we read in Sirach, basically Bible apocrypha, they teaching the same thing, especially Sirach, because he was heavily influenced by Solomon. And you could read it precept by precept, but it says, "Go not into thy brother's house in the day of calamity, for a neighbor that is near is better than the brother afar off," man. So yeah, man, that's kind of where we get the saying in a roundabout way. Like, you don't know somebody, until you live with them, man. That's at least when I read this, just now, like 30 minutes ago, that's kind of what I got out of it too. It's like, you don't know, that's where the saying comes from. You don't really know somebody to live with them. I'm sure like y'all brothers or sisters, if y'all watching that, live with somebody, kind of, you had a good relationship, with them. But certain times in life, man, certain times this is better to be cool with somebody from afar. Basically, that's what I'm saying, that because you don't really know somebody to live with them. Like, then it's like, all right, let's move together, let's move in together, and it just didn't work out, because there's certain times I did that, with those certain relatives, or and certain times, I remember years ago, you know, my friend, he even invited me, one of my homies, he invited me, okay, man, we should, well, his girl at the time, environment. Oh man, you should come stay and live with us. I was like, yeah, but you don't kind of know somebody until you live with them. So it's kind of not that it's like they're bad people, but it's like certain times, certain things just won't mesh well. Certain things just like it's cool to be, having your space and being, afar off, or cool is to be some cool to it's cool. It's good to be cool with somebody from afar rather than actually live with them, because like the saying goes, you don't know somebody to live with them, man. So that's really what I want to get to, or bring out on this, man, because we see this in like sports all the time, man. What are the sports? Certain teammates, certain players that school each other, work out in the off season, go out, hang out, they go on vacations or something. Then they recruit the player to they recruit to join up and play together, try to win a championship, and it doesn't work because it's like it's like it's better that we would just stay cool far off than for us like actually be on a team together. Now it's like, all right, no, it's just not. It's just this just didn't work out. Not that sometimes relationships in that like in the sports world, like they broke off because that, but some they still like were good. It's like, okay, some were like they were still good after that. They were still cool, but it it probably just kind of like affected the relationship a little bit. Sometimes it didn't, but it's like the point is it's always good to it's good to just be cool with some people from afar, man. You don't have to be close with everybody. That's why Solomon said, out of 1,000, I found one. And with women, he said I found none, which is crazy. It's funny, but yeah, it's very true though. But yeah, man. So it's that's what I kind of saying like comes from, man. So yeah, man. Certain times like that's where that saying comes from, because it's certain like in life, it's certain um you can be cool with somebody from afar, but just actually live together. All right, yeah, let's move in together. Like, wait, then sometimes that just never, and you could lose a relationship like that, man. It could just not work out. It's like, damn, well, just didn't work out, or it's like this basically good to be cool, no, or be have a good rapport with somebody from afar, man. So you always had to because like I go to sports again, like say like certain players as like, yo man, like there's certain like times I'm reading certain stories in sports, like certain players had the opportunity to play together, but like looking back on it, you look at it like, okay, that player, it probably wouldn't have worked, even though they're cool, even though it might look like that it would, because both were like superstar players and both was like you might think they would have won a championship, but looking at the dynamic there, their personality traits and that other players' personality trait, that wouldn't have meshed with us. So it's like it's better off that trade never happened, or it's better off that they never like played together, man. They never recruited one another because it broke off. We seen it happen, like we see it happen in life daily, but we see it happen in the sports world. We see it happen in other places, man. We see certain times as brothers even in the scriptures, certain brothers, they got together, but then sometimes they just had to part ways, like I'm going this way, brother, and you're going this way, brothers. Wish you the best, but sometimes, like I went to earlier, like that scripture says Iraq, man, what was it? It said, just let it, shoot, it's in the Let It Fly video. It's in the Let It Fly video. I touched on. I can't remember scripture off the top of my head, but it kind of goes into that concept, man. So I'm read this one more time though. It says, "Thine own friend and thy father's friend forsake not. Neither go into thy brother's house in the day of calamity. For better is a neighbor that is better is a neighbor that is near than a brother that is afar off." Man, so yeah, man, I was reading that. And I kind of got out that like I don't know, it just clicked in my mind. That maybe that no that what was I gonna say? I'm losing my train of thought. That that's where the saying comes from. It's better to you know shoot, what was I gonna say? Man, I'm tripping. I just got in my bad, man. I'm kind of bouncing all over the place, but you don't know somebody to live with them. That's basically what I'm saying. My bad. I just got in. My bad. My mind's kind of going different things, but yeah, let me read this in Oxford, man. So, cause you don't know anybody, to live with them. That's what kind of that Proverbs 27:10 we just read. That's kind of going into. I want to see how it reads in Oxford though. This is the Oxford Study Bible, man. My bad, man. I'm trying to get better at this, man. I know I'll be rambling, like going from this topic or digressing too much. My bad, y'all. Bear with me, man. I appreciate y'all that do that do watch and get some type of edification out of this, man. I'm just trying to do my best, man. I ain't the best. I ain't no teacher. I ain't no nothing, man. I'm just trying to bring out what I see in the scriptures, man. What I, my understanding. That's it, man. Hopefully this is edifying. If it's not, then it's probably not. But anyway, I don't want to digress too much. There I go again, digressing. But Proverbs 27:10 in the Oxford, it says, "Do not neglect your own friend or your father's. Do not run to your brother's house when you are in trouble. Better a neighbor at a hand than a brother far away." So, yeah, man, that's kind of saying the same thing, man. So, and yeah, that the upper part of that scripture, like I said earlier, that's kind of, once I think about it, it's kind of going to like say King David and Solomon, what he says to him when he's about to die, and tell him, keep the relationships I had with these certain people, stay have a good rapport with them, because they were good to me. So be good to them. So, and also the top part when it goes into forsaking our father's friend, and that kind of correlates, saying for when it says what it says in Sirach, forsaking our old friend, man. So never want to do that as well. But basically, man, that's what it's saying, comes from. Basically, it's, you don't know somebody to live with them, man. That's what Proverbs 27:10 is, kind of getting that, through my understanding, man. I could be wrong, but that's why I got out of that, man. So hopefully, this is edifying for y'all. So peace.